we are going to make the block for churidhar, and churidhar has two components, one is the waistband, another one is the leg piece, and churidhar has a crush at the bottom having the exact measurement of the ankle with the churi effect, and it has the continuous panel from in-leg to in-leg, and the hip piece is been around with the drawstring. Now we are going to draw the waist belt or band and draw a perpendicular line. Mark 0. 0,1 is equal to waistband width. It is hip by 5 plus half an inch. Hip is 36, it will come around 7 1/8, and the width is hip by 4 plus 1 1/4 inch. So 9 plus 1 1/4, 10 1/4. Mark 2 and draw a rectangle . Mark 3, and we should allow the seam allowance for the belt piece. Top side has hem, and at the side on fold, and at the center with the seam allowance. The bottom seam allowance half an inch, and center seam allowance half an inch, and the hem allowance is 1 1/4 inch. And the grain line this is CF, and this is side seam, and the grain line should be horizontal. And the side seam can be on fold. When this side panel is on fold, from center front to center back can be a single piece, one for the left and other for the right. So we should cut 2 pieces. This is the leg part for the churidhar. Again we have to draw a perpendicular line, and this is the side seam line, and draw perpendicular line, and 0,1 is the total length minus waist belt width plus half an inch. So we marked around 34 inches at here. Then 1 to 2 is equal to 8 inches for the churi effect. Already told that it's a churidhar pant. Then it has the crush effect or the churi effect at the ankle. This is the ankle line, and from there we are extending around 8 inches. This may reduce or extended according to the requirement of the churi or according to the fabric. And this line is the crotch line. And 0,3 is hip by 3 minus waistband width. So 12 minus 7 can be 5 plus half an inch, 5 and a half an inch, and 4 is mid of 3 to 1. The knee line, this line is called as knee line, and this ankle line knee line is mid of crotch to ankle, and draw all the basic lines. Now 0 to 5 is hip by 3 plus 4 inches, and square down 5 to 6, and 4 7 is equal to knee round by 2 plus quarter inch, and 1 8 is equal to ankle round by 2 plus quarter inch. Now we should draw the in-leg line and shape. See, from 9 to 8 to 9 is the same measurement, so it is a straight line, because for the churi we are taking a straight piece, and from there, from 8 to 7 is a curve from ankle to knee. Next external line, mark 2 inch inside as 10, an external line from here, and draw a curve from here to there, and use French curve to draw this curve line. This will give the fit at the thigh with the excess of ease, and knee measurement with quarter inch ease, ankle measurement with quarter inch ease is being there. Now we need to allow the seam allowance, waist at top half an inch, at the side half an inch, at the inleg seam half an inch, and bottom 1 inch, but the side should be on fold. And the grain line is a bias grain line. This churidhar will be always cut in bias, and this is on fold, so one piece for the left leg, the other piece for the right leg. So cut number is 2 piece. Churidhar is a leg garment which will hug the leg at the cuff and the thighs and knees. So we need to cut the churidhar on the bias grain. Bias grain will stretch along with the body shape and it will give a perfect fit. Being churidhar is a long garment, we can't cut the churidhar leg piece on a single layer. So we need to make a box kind of a fabric, then fit the churidhar on the bias grain, and cutting will be possible to get such long thing. So first you must take a fabric and match the selvage and the cross grain. Take the 2 pieces together, 2 selvage together, and do a stitch on this line. Then this has to be center fold. This has to be placed at the center. The stitching line has to be placed at the center of the fabric. Then we should match all the selvage. Start the stitch from selvage, along with the selvage to the entire length, along with the selvage to the entire length. So we stitch the piece. We stitch the piece first at the cross grain by matching the selvage, cross grain by matching the selvage, and then we place at the middle of the fabric, middle of the fold. Then we stitch the selvage along with the selvage to the entire length of the fabric, which is required to the length of it. So we may get now a square kind of a the crotch and hip line. So one piece can be fit on this way, other piece can taken on the other grain, other opposite side, and place the pattern. So there also you should be sure about the seam should not come at the calf level. So you can bring the pattern down to have the seam above the thigh, not on the leg. So you should place like this, then only the grain line will go on a biased direction. The garment will have very fitted effect and it will hug along with the leg. The waistband should be taken on the warp grain. So it should be placed parallel to the selvage and it should be on fold. So you must take another fold at here, one for the front and one for the back. So the area at here should be the waistband piece. This is the churidhar test fit, which is being cut on the bias, and churi effect is being kept in the ankle level for 2-3 inches, and it gets a close fit. And the gathering is been arranged at the front. We can arrange both at the front and back also, and it has a drawstring at the waistline. Waist is been wide and it is been tightened by wearing with the drawstring, and it has the crotch seam to front to back, and the crotch is also 1 inch down from the actual crotch. So it provides a very close fit, and the bias grain will help us to move the body and move the leg in all directions.